Welcome to the After the Show Movie Podcast, brought to you by your hosts, Ace Scully and Sid Talk. We're addicted to movies. Are you? Welcome, Sid Talk. How are you doing?
Very good, yeah. I don't know what that was. Swedish?
What? Is that
Old
French?
Chinese Swedish fairy tale?
Chinese, French?
No, definitely not French. That is not the before the after the show discussion. There was very little. We came up, you made some tea, you forgot to put the tea bags in, so then we waited longer for the tea.
We had a nice cup of hot water.
You know what? I don't mind a cup of hot water. To be honest. I'm with Howard Stern on this one.
Howard Stern's favorite drink.
Other than that, that was all that happened, and then we're here.
We're here. We're here. It's movie day. We watched a movie. It's Saturday, August the 8th. It's August the 8th already.
Absolutely. Already is right.
And it's After the Show number 955, your weekly movie review podcast. And this week we're looking at the movie Evil Dead Burn. It's a 2026 release, out now on streaming. My sheet says it's a PG-13, but I disagree. It's an R-rated movie. And its runtime is 1 hour and 50 minutes. And it's from our friends at Warner Brothers, who sent us a copy for review. Sid Talk, can you give us the synopsis of the movie Evil Dead Burn?
Someone discovers the evil stuff that brings the Deadites around. We don't really move the story forward very much.
Is this a series that already exists?
It is. You didn't ask me that. You said, what's the synopsis? We got somebody discovers something that wakes up the Deadites again, and there is nothing else to it.
I'll give you the one off the box. If I can find the box.
Although it is also absolutely, I mean, some might say it's a little bit preachy in this department, not preachy religious, but it is very much about the trauma of being in an abusive relationship and sometimes or often the family of the abuser is sort of just rotten from the inside anyway. And you are then become like the evil one because you don't want to be abused anymore. You know what I'm saying? So that's in there.
The tagline for the movie is, every family has its demons.
Exactly.
So I'll give you the one off the box. After the loss of her husband, a woman seeks solace in her in-laws. As one by one they transform into Deadites, she comes to discover that the vows she took in life survive even in death.
See, that was the only thing. I feel like it was a bit too much, especially we getting near the end. Spoilers, there was a big speech about that. So it just felt a bit like we're very focused on that and making a new Evil Dead with a new director, but with a lot of the same elements.
Like Evil Dead Rise was also about family. Mommy will protect you. Mommy will protect you.
True.
I think this trilogy, what we've got here, that's the thread. Family. It's like Vin Diesel will be in the next one. And he'll be like, with a chainsaw arm. Probably not. But there is another one coming. It's called Evil Dead Wrath.
Okay.
And that's coming next year. So, Evil Dead Burn, what did you think?
I usually enjoy an Evil Dead movie. And this is one of those times. I like it. It's just straight up physical, lots of bashing around. There was one fight scene that I really enjoyed. The one straight up above when they were
in the bathroom.
No, before they went up the stairs. The camera goes right up above, and she's like wrestling with them before everybody. Spoiler alert! Gets ate up in their minds by the Deadites, but. That scene was really good. And then other than that, it's just a kind of a constant slam, bash, blood fest of horrible body horror shit, right? Which it's all part of it. I get it.
It's brutal, this one.
It's brutal. Yeah. Exactly. And the story, I don't mind because I get it that this woman is, she's the guy. She was married to a guy who was abusive. Then he died. Well, he didn't just die, though, did he?
No.
Somebody was hunting for this family and he got deadited. And we know he's bad, but then she is kind of has to go along with the whole end of life process with this terrible family.
Which is not something you'd expect in an Evil Dead movie.
No, which is why I feel like it had a story it kind of led up to. We didn't have a constant from the beginning flow of brutality.
Right.
It's sort of like we had to get into it to understand the family dynamic, and then all hell broke loose. I
mean, you could say the opening sequence is pretty brutal too, though.
Yeah, but then it stops.
It's just what do you call that? An amuse-bouche.
Yeah, but then you don't get any of that for quite a while.
Exactly. It's to whet your palate for what comes later, which is...
I think I could do with less brutality, more clever filming, and less... like in your face. I'm getting to an age now where the suffering, like when she takes the disposable razor and starts to scrape her face, like in Cabin Fever. Remember?
Yes.
She's shaving her legs.
How can you forget?
Right. That gets to me. Then we need to take a break, and you can have some, a little bit of this, that, and the other, but not the constantness of it is where I feel like you're relying on it a little too much.
Let's call a sequence in this movie the dishwasher door sequence.
Oh my. Yeah.
That is hardcore. Even for a horror, I was like, whoa, we're going.
Really feel, I feel like he was doomed anyway, so I guess that's why it didn't really
but the the visuals of that.
Yeah.
And they go on and on. It's very graphic. It's graphic in the way that I think this might be the most brutal of all of them. Evil Dead Rise was pretty brutal too, which was the one before this. But this is, it's nasty.
And it has some sequences I do enjoy, like the one we saw already. Might have been the trailer where she's crawling.
Yeah, where she's crawling. Yeah.
And what's happened is this family's sort of succumbed to the Deadites, but the family themselves, the parents and the son, have shit to work out. Like they're all mad at each other anyway. So as Deadites, they're fighting each other.
Yeah.
And she's kind of crawling past them and trying to get away from their own family.
That was the trailer was that sequence without any context. But when you get the context, it's different, right? When you're watching it.
And I feel like that was kind of an oversell of that moment.
Right.
Because,
But when you don't have a context where you can see people being violent everywhere, you're like, what the hell is this movie? What's going on? I thought it was quite well done.
Yeah, but I also thought when I remember watching it thinking, wow, there's tons of them. There's like a dozen more.
Yeah, it did seem like
it wasn't. It was 3. So
yeah, it's literally just
in the movie. It's like, oh,
it is contained to a small.
Yeah,
it's contained to a house for a start, and it's also contained to like family. So yeah, I think that trailer made you think that it was like, The Walking Dead.
Yeah, like it was overrun.
Yeah. We'll get to that, won't we, at some point in the Evil Dead, probably. Where they're we did in Ash vs. Evil Dead, actually.
In the show, for sure.
Ash vs. Evil Dead is underrated. You should watch it. If you're an Evil Dead fan.
I bet, if they're a fan, they've already seen it, but I bet a lot of people generally just don't know that it even exists.
No, and it's like some of they had 3 seasons, so there's a lot of Evil Dead story that they told, including like a little episode that was just about the Oldsmobile and one where they revisit the cabin from the first one and that kind of thing.
And it's got Lucy Lawless.
So yeah, Ash vs. Evil Dead, if you haven't seen it. If you're an Evil Dead fan, of course you've seen it. But yeah, it's really good. So yeah, I like the brutality of this. What it was missing was humor. Evil Dead's known for having humor.
Yeah, but I intentionally tried to notice anything that was too cheeky or cheesy, and I was glad it didn't exist.
Yeah.
There's the moments, like Grandma is your comedy.
Grandma makes some comical.
Unfortunately, we have a grandma who's in a wheelchair. She's missing a leg, and she has dementia. From the moment we meet her, I know that she's going to have the comedy-ish lines. She's this very sad character, and yet she's the relief of, like, it's almost cartoony. So to me, that's enough. I don't love combining severe brutality and comedy. It depends on how it's done. I get it. Shaun of the Dead didn't feel brutal, but it was funny, and the doomed existence with the zombie apocalypse and all that. But
interestingly enough, the first Evil Dead was not super comical. even though Sam Raimi is a Three Stooges fan. And he's always described The Evil Dead as the Three Stooges meets horror, right?
But I prefer not to have it. So I'm glad.
And then the second Evil Dead was almost a remake of the first one, but a cheeky version of it, right? With all the one-liners. I think that works as well, though, because I really love Army of Darkness, and it's the stupidest thing ever, right? Army of Darkness.
And I like it the least.
Right.
So there you go. I'm not a funny person.
But I do like, it's got almost like a Monty Python kind of feel to it. It's very silly, right?
Exactly.
But it's also Evil Dead, unmistakably Evil Dead, right? So, I mean, it works on both levels. But I don't mind if it's gruesome and disgusting like this movie with no laughing and jokes, or if it's got some jokes. I don't really care. I don't miss it, you know? But it feels less...
It was short on funniness.
I did notice. I also noticed it was short on the Necronomicon.
Absolutely. And the cover of the drawing didn't even have the face of the Necronomicon.
No.
So the story is, we forgot to remind everybody. So the story is, we're in a house. There's a grandson of the dude who's the original voice of the recordings, right? That
right.
Bruce Campbell and his friends find in the cabin in the woods.
Yeah.
So the grandson of that guy, not of Bruce Campbell or anybody, finds all of his research stuff in the attic. He unwraps a particular item, and that gets the Deadites alerted to its existence. And we go from there. So in all of his drawings and stuff, there's all the demon drawings and all the crazy notes. He looks like a crazy person. But yeah, there's not maybe there was one drawing.
I was thinking
of a book that had stitches on it, but not like the Book of the Dead.
Yeah, because
specifically
in the Evil Dead Rise, they actually find the Book of the Dead in the apartment building underneath it.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe they didn't want it in this one because people would say, what's the distance between these two films time-wise?
I'll have to look on the timeline.
And why is the Book of the Dead here and then it's there? But I mean, nobody would care because it's a demonic
the
thing.
Dead wouldn't have been with his stuff, though.
No, because it's the prize thing, isn't it?
Right.
But he did have the other prize thing.
Yeah.
That thing, you could call it.
I've never heard of that. You seem to know.
You have definitely heard of it because there's a whole Ash versus Evil Dead subplot where Lucy Lawless is trying to find it.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I don't remember that.
Yeah. So, and it's in the movies, obviously, but it's a thing in Ash versus Evil Dead. If you want to know more about the artifact, let's call it, in this movie. Anything else you got on the
liking? It doesn't of the whole
further the story anywhere.
Anything at all other than introduce us to a couple of. Well, obviously we have the at the the mirror and the thing. I'm not going to even say what it is, but there's that.
Yeah.
And we've also introduced Grandma. And our French lady who has the artifact, but she also might be a little bit touched by the Deadite. Now, I said, after we watched it, I said, what I'd really like. And with Lucy Lawless, we kind of got that because she's from the demon side, isn't she? Like, she's not good. She doesn't start out as good.
No.
She kind of comes around, I guess, sort of.
In Ash vs. Evil Dead, yeah.
In this show. So what I would like is someone who's possessed by a Deadite, but that Deadite, whoever they were or whatever they are, and combined with the person they've infested or possessed, are like, screw this. I'm not going to play your demon game, right? I want that combination of like a Deadite human who's just like against the Deadites. That would be fun.
Yeah. Stay after the credits. There are 2 end credit sequences. Again, one of them, I would say, possibly furthers the Evil Dead thing.
That's what I was talking about with the mirror. Yeah.
And the other one, it doesn't. Well,
it doesn't
maybe that
further
does.
Anything though. We're just revisiting.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like they even described it, all these movies, as a standalone entry of the Evil Dead franchise.
Mm.
And how Sam Raimi described it was, it's like he gives the director the keys to the car.
Mm.
And they do what they want within the Evil Dead sandbox. And then that's it. They're not They're not supposed to be like, oh, let's set something else up or let's have this whole thing. But the through line is the Deadites, right? That's it.
Yeah.
You don't need to. It's not.
I mean, is the ultimate goal for Deadites to... Because the show kind of implied that the ultimate goal
to take the world
is to take over because...
Yeah.
So the idea was why does everything have to be like nice and we like suffering and horrific stuff? And so why can't we run the world? I can't rerun this whole planet, right? That was kind of their thing. So they needed to be unleashed fully and completely to make the earth what they wanted, enslave humans, etc.
Yeah, that was what they were going for, wasn't it, in that one? But we never seem to go that far, do we, in the movies? Maybe Army of Darkness was trying to go there. That there was a huge army of them, right?
True.
And it was going for like, oh, there's a bit of time travel in that movie too.
Yeah, there's time travel. There's weirdness.
Yeah, we've not revisited that in these movies, but maybe we will in the future.
I can handle time travel and science fiction more than I can handle humor.
Yeah, I get the feeling this next movie, Evil Dead Wrath, which takes place before the first Evil Dead movie, it might be about this grandfather character.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was thinking.
Back in the day.
Go back in time.
Yeah. What he discovers, which, you know.
I mean, again, if we're just going to tell him finding the stuff, that's not interesting. But if something happens where he furthers the whole of the story.
Which I feel like you would have to do, wouldn't you? You can't just have oh, look, this guy found some stuff, because we know that.
I mean, you like prequels, even though you know how stuff ends.
Yeah, I do.
I prefer new stories, personally, but, you know.
I do. If it's a thing that I particularly like, I like to investigate all aspects of it. But then sometimes it's like Grogu and the Mandalorian. It doesn't really do anything. Like, it's like, oh, okay, we just spent another couple of hours with them, but really that's it, right? I do like the story to be developed, because I don't think Star Wars story was being developed there, was it? It was just like, okay, whatever. Well,
it felt like a vehicle to get some other things.
It felt like a vehicle to have them on the screen again, right? Mm-hmm. And that was it. Whereas this,
and to be fair, we're not naive. We know that's the point of making movies and writing stories, is to get people to watch it again. However, as a person who will follow the thread for decades of a story with sequel after sequel, adding to it, expanding it more and more is the key to keeping us or making it worthwhile. That's what I would say.
Evil Dead has some great legs, though. We're still getting new movies in 2026. I watched it when I was a teenager.
True that.
You know, and it still survives. So it is one of the...
It is, but is it because of that thing you just said where people just want to see more of it and we're not getting new, other than in the show, you got a lot of new information that moved.
I think the show has the most lore, so to speak, of any Evil Dead thing, right? Because they've got hours and hours and hours to develop one little thing. Oh, we'll just talk about this thing, or we will. Well, there are various things in that show that you haven't seen before.
Oh, we can't forget that there's an episode of what is it, Creep Show?
Yes,
that is.
Oh yeah, it's the new Creep Show, the one that's on Shudder.
Yeah, it's not new, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean the newest version of Creep Show, right?
That one.
Which one?
Wasn't it from the 90s?
No, it was from like 2009 or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Sam Raimi's brother is in it as the guy who has the book, and then of course everyone in this studio where he's doing a little TV show.
It's like Antiques Roadshow. He brings it on to be. So he brings an Necronomicon. And then they have a look at it, and then they read some of the passage on it.
All hell breaks
It's brilliant, really, because
literally
we kind of caught a little bit of it, and I was like, "Is this like an Evil Dead like ripoff or something?" And then we saw Sam Raimi's brother. We're like, "Okay, what's this?"
And it was,
and that's how we ended up watching all of Creepshow.
Yeah,
but yeah, that is fun too. So that I would include that in the Evil Dead lore, right? I mean,
I don't remember what it was other than just to be...
nothing really happens aside from the Deadites turn up in the TV studio and cause some chaos for a little while. The end.
The end.
Which is pretty much what this movie is. The Deadites turn up, cause chaos, the end, right? Or the last one.
I mean, the only thing that reminds us is there's a weapon and there is stuff. There's a way to wake them up, obviously.
It makes me wonder, though, why they didn't include the book. Because to me, the book is, I love to see it every time. I'm like, oh, there it is. Now things are going to go really, really bad.
Right, I guess if you throw everything at it, like you've got the one end is the book, then there are the words, and there are all the notes, and then there's the relic.
I guess that's a little bit of sense of humor in this movie where she's reading the words like Ash does.
Yeah.
And then when she gets to the last word, she says, oh, fuck it.
I know. I'm not going to say
I'm not going to read that. Yes. I mean, yes, it's kind of humor, but then it's punctuated by, oh, if you don't like animals getting hurt, this movie's not for you.
Yeah. Well, I said they did everything. Grandma is a one-legged grandma who has dementia.
Brilliant. She was brilliant,
she gets fucked up. And then we have a dog, sadly, who doesn't fare well, and a child.
Yeah.
So this director and his executive producer, who was Bruce Campbell, and Sam Raimi is also on board. They're not afraid of any of that.
No. In fact, the more the better kind of thing. Since Art the Clown, all things are off the table, right?
It wasn't just Art the Clown. I mean, we had Children of the Corn back in the 80s.
Yeah, we did.
And they were evil little fucks.
All right, moving on to the cast. Solia Jakob plays Alice. She's our lady.
She's good.
Main lady. Always good, the main ladies in Evil Dead movies.
Yeah, she's very good, and she wasn't overly... I cannot anymore cope with 2 hours of women over-breathing because of panic. I honestly don't think I would be the type. I don't know. I've never been in a room with a Deadite and having them try to murder me, but...
I really like how resourceful she is.
She's resourceful, and she keeps her shit pretty much together, and I really like her.
Through the most intense scenarios.
Absolutely.
Pain. Just how the hell do I get out? I'm in a bathroom. With a Deadite. How do I get out of this bathroom? She figures things out, and it's pretty fun. I really like those camera moves in that bathroom. They were awesome. Like where I think they might have had a whole room on a jig that turns.
I don't remember specifically.
Well, the Deadite's on the ceiling.
Oh yeah,
and then it turns.
Yeah.
And it's not like an effect. It looks like a practical thing. So I think they made a revolving room and like moved the camera. It's really cool looking. And actually, all those sequences where
to be fair, Jamiroquai had a revolving room.
Yeah, it's that. Yeah.
Many years ago.
Yeah. It's that, but it's with visceral action going on at the same time. Yeah, it's cool. There's some really good shots in this movie. I saw some people on the IMDb there saying, this movie's too dark. You can't see anything. Again, I don't know. I notice if that happens, but I didn't see it.
Like we're watching Silo, and these last couple of episodes have been way too dark and way too quiet. It's really irritating. So that I did notice. Like, I get it. They're in a silo underground, blah, blah, blah. But the first season was not just constantly darkness. So that's getting on my nerves. And also the sort of like everybody's talking kind of quiet and soft. It makes me want to throw up. So yeah, I would have noticed
this movie
was too dark.
No, I didn't think this was too dark at all. Unless
Are they watching it on their phone?
Unless the theatrical version differed from the home release. I don't know. Sometimes if people complain in the cinema, oh, that movie was too dark, they might lighten it up a bit for the... I mean, it's easy to do, right? Color correction, you can change it. So yeah, she was really good. We got Tandy Wright as Susan. Susan's the mother. Mm-hmm. Also good.
Yeah, she was good.
But we also had, there was a little bit of Evil Dead lore in here. And it was about spittle.
Oh yeah, okay.
How you can transfer being a Deadite from one to another by spit. So there was a spitty kiss, and then there was Grandma's denture. which was hideous.
It's very hideous.
Yeah. I was like, oh. I just saw somebody get their head smashed up, and the grandma denture thing was worse than the head smashing up.
Just like the shaving part.
Yeah.
You know, when you, if you shave with a disposable razor and then you see that, you're just like, no, no, no.
We've got Hunter Doohan as Joseph. He's I was going to say he's her boyfriend, right? The one who gets the car thing through her head.
Husband.
Yeah, husband.
Oh, yeah, right. Boyfriend. Yeah. You're right. Because she says, remind me never to get married.
Right. And he's like, well, you root for some people in this movie, but then it's kind of.
Yeah. See, that's an interesting little layer in there too, because we have the brother who bites the dust early on. He's a jerk. He's an abusive asshole. And then we have the other brother who, he seems nice and he's, no man, and he's supportive and everything. But then one of the very first few choices he makes is to abandon his woman while she's being attacked. And then when he and the French lady were faced with confronting, he's like, do you want to do it, or do you want me to do it? And then he just keeps backing off. And then, of course, one of the Deadites, because once they get in your mind or in someone else's mind, they know who you are, and they're like, you always run away. Like, you're always afraid. You never confront. And then he becomes like a weaselly weakling. And then I'm like, okay, I can see how he needs to go.
And at the beginning, where they're in the club and our French lady goes over to kiss him.
To hug him. Yeah.
And there's like a thing going on. Like the brother's like, oh yeah, I thought that was going to come into something later on.
No, it was just to show you that the asshole brother was
jealous. Yeah. I just thought they were going to connect somehow.
Then when the girlfriend became a Deadite, she commented that the other one was kissing her boyfriend. So it was just sort of like a kind of a boring little element. I despise the concept of jealousy, so it's always a little bit boring, but it's real. So there you go.
We've got Maud Davey as Polly. She's our old lady. She's brilliant. Old ladies and zombies or deadites or whatever, they're even more terrifying. I don't know why.
Well, she had some really bad makeup or prosthetic I wasn't a fan of.
I find an old lady deadite more terrifying than the girl deadite. The teen. Well, they're not teenagers, these people, are they?
Nope. Oh, no. They're like in their 30s.
Yeah. But, let's call a car seat headrest lady.
Oh, God, yeah.
I think old lady is more creepy than she is, even though she's very... Car headrest ladies, what's terrifying about her is she's very physical, right? She'll come at you full on. She's powerful, like, yeah. Whereas old lady will what? Like, it's not what she...
to death?
Yeah.
Crawl all over you?
Poo on you?
Oh, my God.
Something like that.
Not because she's an older lady. That's terrible. Stop.
There was no poo in this movie.
Don't be an ageist.
They didn't go for poo, did they?
There was no poo. Just a lot of blood and saliva.
And finally, I'd put down Errol Shand as Edgar. He's the father. And he's menacing, I thought.
He is very menacing. And I'm wondering if he was in... We haven't talked about the director, which we will. I wonder if he's in that other movie. Because he looked really familiar.
Right.
But in the other movie, everybody's French.
We'll get on to the guy. Sebastian Vanashek. He is famous for one movie, and it's called Infested.
Yeah.
And by a weird turn of luck, it was on this week on our streaming service, and we sat watching it for a bit.
Are you talking about the director now or the guy who was in it, the dad?
The director, Sebastian Vanashek.
Because I'm wondering if the dad was in Infested, because he looked very familiar.
I can tell you by looking. But what did you think of this director? And you watched his other movie this week.
I was watching Infested, and then I told you about it, and you, from the kitchen, you looked it up, and you're like, oh, that's because Sam Raimi saw it and wanted the guy who directed this to direct the new movie, and blah, blah, blah. And as I'm watching it, as you're saying it, I'm like, oh, yeah, it's very obvious. It's like super obvious. The cuts, like the dun, 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 they're really quick close-ups on like grabbing a gun or wrapping a thing around a hand. And, it's real, and it's very claustrophobic.
The dad was not in.
Okay.
No. But, yeah. I think it suits these Evil Dead movies, though, his touch.
It's like he copied Sam Raimi, and then Sam Raimi said, come over and do that.
Yeah, Sam Raimi's like, oh, this is good. Oh, why is this good? Oh, because it's just like me.
Yeah, it was very much like him, yes.
Yeah, apart from no humor. I mean, the humor,
the infested one that's about spiders is also not funny.
No. If you don't like spiders, that's kind of a gross. It's definitely, I reckon it'd freak some people out, that one.
So what I'm getting from this director now that I think about it, that movie, when I read into it a little bit, it's kind of like a social commentary in France about poor people or people in poverty areas getting treated like shit by the police and the government, and getting abandoned, because the building that gets infested is like a lower income place and they're just going to kind of burn it down or whatever. And this one is about an abused woman who, is coping with the trauma of abuse. So he has something to say. He has some things to say.
All right. The IMDb reviews, what are those?
Those are reviews where you're going to find people who don't like it as much as we do. They're going to give it 1 star and you're going to make up a funny voice.
They're going to
might say, this ruined the whole franchise.
And they're definitely going to make jokes about it being called Burn. They're going to say the franchise is burned.
Oh, you think?
Burn it.
Are they that clever?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Number 1 guy says, Evil Dead burned to the ground.
Oh, I see how you did there.
I just finished watching this film, and the only good thing about it is the gore, and that's it. Definitely the worst film ever.
Ever.
This feels more like torture porn and those trashy Hostel films.
It's got a little Hostel vibe because of the close-up body grossness. Yeah, I get that.
Second guy says, Evil Dead burn this pile of trash. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It started strong with a genuinely good opening. I thought, wow, if this wasn't called Evil Dead, this is a really good movie. I was willing to forgive it not feeling like an Evil Dead, but then the club scene happened. It was so dark and you couldn't hear a single word anybody said. And it went on forever.
Yeah, the club scene was very out of character. It was just a club restaurant. So we go from our initial introduction to a booming, modern.
You
club.
go from a gross horror scene to the butt cheeks of a stripper.
Yeah, she wasn't a stripper. She was just dancing.
Oh, I thought it was a stripper in a stripper club.
It wasn't a stripper club. It was his restaurant bar.
That was true, but it was the weirdest restaurant bar I've ever seen.
Not really.
It was the loudest.
Had like a dancing area, and the guy working in the kitchen came out, and she's like, he called her boss because they own it. So
this guy here, though, is not legitimate because
which guy?
The guy is this review I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
He said then the club scene came on. He hated it, and then there was a cut to a parking lot with everybody having boyfriend girlfriend drama, and then he walked out of the cinema. That was all he saw.
Oh, he does not count.
He didn't like the drama and the club scene.
Wah.
They put him off. And finally, this guy says, cheap horror thrills. This movie is cheap horror thrills. The writing is B-rated horror films. The movie is a B-rated horror movie. It looks and acts like a horror movie, but the movie is not interesting. Its pacing is bad, and it is an insult to the franchise. I think that was AI wrote that
It
one.
sounded very, the way you read it.
Generic. And it also didn't mention what it was talking about. You could apply that to anything.
True.
That was a horror movie. All right. So those are the people who disliked it. So let's give this movie a score. I'm going to give Evil Dead Burn a 6 out of 10.
I think that's fair.
I enjoy Evil Dead. I enjoyed this.
It's true to what it is.
Yeah. It's a visceral horror movie.
Doesn't mean I love it.
It's well made. It's not cheap slop, as somebody called it here. It's definitely not cheap. I mean, it's well made.
It is.
Like crafted. But if you're looking for some kind of the Evil Dead, let's see what happens next. Nothing really happens in terms of anything that matters in the future, right?
Yeah, and you don't feel like you've gained a new character to hold on to for future iterations.
I mean, yeah, even in that 2016 one where that girl survived and you were like, she's cool. And then they were talking about like having her team up with Ash and all this kind of stuff. And that never happened. So it's like we never hold on to anybody from Evil Dead unless they're Bruce Campbell, right?
True. Because even from the show, those two main characters are so good.
They were awesome.
Very good.
Pedro and
yes.
what
was her name?
I don't know, but she was really good too. I mean, they went through some shit, those two.
They
right?
did.
But yeah, those are, yeah, we don't really hold on to people in Evil Dead. But the end scene of this movie looks like we are holding on to somebody. But not who you think. All right. So, yeah. So is that what you're giving it? Saying?
Yeah, I think 6 is fair.
All right. Thank you to Warner Brothers. Next week, do you remember the movie Dinner in America?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, because you love that song.
Yes, I do.
It's one of your favorite songs.
It's brilliant. A brilliant movie also. Well, the director of Dinner in America has made a new movie called Carolina Caroline.
Okay.
And we'll watch that next week. It also stars the guy from Dinner in America.
Okay.
Movie recommendations. Ash vs. Evil Dead. I already recommended it. And the Evil Dead comics, which I've been reading. Did you know there was Evil Dead comics? The Evil Dead comics, I don't know if I don't think they're continuity. Because there was one that I read the other day where Ash travels in time to Nazi Germany. And has a battle with Hitler.
I mean, is it approved by what's-his-face?
I think it is approved, obviously, because it's using the Evil Dead and using Bruce Campbell and Ash and everything. But I don't think it is canon, as they call it. Because it is mental. He travels through time. Sometimes he's in space. The Deadites are everywhere, you know? It's a big expansion of it, but...
That's a good question to answer.
What?
For all the people who believe in spirits and shit. So if you go to outer space, like outer space, travel to another galaxy, let's say, because that's, pretty far. And you believe in all the spirits and like demons and stuff. Well, where are they contained? Or are they? Are they everywhere?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
If we think hell, which I don't, is in the center of this rock we're floating around on, then why would they be in space? I'm just questioning the little blurb that you told me about.
You mean about Ash being in space? Yeah, I mean...
Why would Deadites be there?
Who knows? But they were. And it was kind of like Alien on a spaceship, but with Deadites.
Okay.
It's fun. The comics are really fun, but don't take them... I was going to say don't take them too seriously, but this is a fictional whole thing. Don't take any... Yeah. I mean, they do what they want in comics.
It's not a documentary.
Comics go mental because, it doesn't matter, does it, in the comics?
True, but you'd still want, if it's approved, that it is in line with the whole story.
It's more like little, vignettes. What happens if this happens?
Right,
yeah,
right.
That kind of thing.
Monster of the week-ish. Yeah. With the same monster.
But then you're like, wow, this is crazy. Like, it's Ash and it's Hitler. What the hell is going on here? All right, so those are what I recommend. Yours are?
Mine are just going through my list of all the movies I've ever seen, and these are the adventure. They're tagged with adventure, and I'm up to the I's, the J's, and the K's, and the L's, apparently, and I've handpicked a few. This isn't about quality. It's just about movies I've seen, and if you want to be like me, then you watch them all. Inner Space, which I really loved at the time. I mean, it's Martin Short, Dennis Quaid, and what's-her-face? Meg Ryan, I believe.
Yes.
From the 80s, 90s era. It's sweet. It's inner space, so you're going into the human body in one of those little shrunk-down ships. So it's comedy, of course.
Was it Steven Spielberg?
I don't know. I don't think so. We have all of Jurassic Parks, because that's adventure, right? Dinosaurs and shit. And then we have all of King Kong's, because I have a soft spot for King Kong, but not in every iteration, just like with zombies. Me and King Kong and zombies, we have a very close relationship. And I know that sometimes they fall off the wagon, but I like most King Kong things. Then we have the Kingsman's movies. And this one isn't an adventure, so I don't know why. Maybe an emotional adventure. Land. Do you remember it?
Yeah.
Princess Buttercup.
Yeah, where she goes to that cabin.
She goes out to a cabin, something horrible happens, and the woman goes out to a cabin on her own, and it's Princess Buttercup, as you know, Robin Wright from Princess
Bride.
Yes. I was going to say Princess Diaries. No. And it's not adventurous, but it's gut-wrenching.
Yes, it is.
If you want to read 1-star reviews, I bet that one has nothing ever happened.
It's also a movie that not many people probably have ever heard of.
Yeah, it's
right?
just called Land, Land, and it's a deep dive emotionally.
All right, thank you. A Scully stuff. I've just been practicing guitar every day.
You have?
I learned palm muting.
Yep.
I'm learning. I kind of can sort of play Summer of '69 by Bryan Adams because of this thing that I figured out this week. I don't know. Every time I pick it up, I can do something a little bit better. Is what's up.
I'll be way down this end of the house, and I can hear you practicing, and I just hear just guitar bits, and you say, "Do you know what that was?" And I'm like, "You can't tell what it is by the guitar." And then you do it again, and I'm like, "Let me think about it." Sometimes,
yeah. Sometimes it's obscure though.
Yeah,
that's why you don't get it.
Exactly.
I'll be like,
sometimes it's famous.
It's The Middle by Jimmy Eats World, and you're like,
yeah, but the thing is, there are many songs that are hugely famous that might just have a constant thread of a guitar repetitive thing throughout it. But if you don't hear the whole song,
that is true.
That it isn't like the opening of an AC/DC song or a solo in a lot of other songs. It is just a da-da-da-dun, 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 da-da-da-dun.
The Addams Family started. That was the Addams Family, right?
No, I was making any song. I was just saying.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah. A rhythm guitar, as they call it, which would be like the in the background of a song.
Yes.
Like it needs the rest of the song to know what it is, because it's not usually very distinctive. But yeah,
I am very good. I mean, the fact is, you've played for since Christmas.
Aye.
This is only August.
8 months.
And you can play. You can play.
I can't play, but I do know enough chords now to put together songs. You know, I can put together songs, and I do know some techniques, and I do also know some, the non-chord stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know much about the guitar, even though you tell me all the time.
Playing a chord is like when you're holding 3 strings at once, at least 3 strings at once, and making a chord, like an A chord. Well, also the singular, like soloing, as they call it. Like do. I can do that now. Pentatonic scale. You know what I'm saying?
Pentatonic scale, yes.
I learned the pentatonic scale, and that enables you to play like little guitar solos, like that blues one that I was playing this morning. I was playing a blues solo.
You decided you liked the blues.
Yeah, I never really listened to the blues, but then this guitar tutorial thing that I'm using often says, "Oh, we're going to learn a blues riff," and I'm like, I've never really listened to a blues riff. And then when I start playing it, I'm like, "Oh, that sounds really cool. I like it. I like its vibe." And then I said to you, "I like it because it's not happy." That's why they call it the blues. All right, Sid Talk. What is for dinner?
Tonight's going to be a frozen pizza and some corn. I mean, it's not going to be frozen. We're going to cook it.
I like it hot, yeah.
And then the corn is going to be out of a can and also heated.
Will it be will it be removed from the can though?
It can be.
Right.
Now, yesterday I made black bean something. I just cleaned off a can of black beans. I didn't heat them up, put them in the bowl, put in a tiny bit of mayonnaise, homegrown tomatoes and peppers. Oh my God, it was so good.
I made a pizza this week.
You did it? Oh my God, it was fantastic.
It was a Mexican taco pizza or something.
Fantastic.
Yum.
Okay, did you ask me what my advice is?
No, not yet.
Okay.
What's your advice?
It isn't advice. It is an observation and acceptance of something about myself that I've come to a conclusion about. And it kind of wraps around in this, that there is a difference between taking care of people and being a caregiver, right?
Right.
So there's caregiving and caretaking. I am not a caregiver. Now, that sounds bad. For me in my life, when someone has been in pain or needs my help up close, I am more than willing to do all the stuff, all the body stuff, be present, live alongside whatever the shitty thing is they're going through with them, and do what I can physically or emotionally at that moment in their life to make it a tiny bit better. I do not feel compelled It doesn't get to the core of me that I have to solve their problem for them. If I could, I would remove everyone who I love and probably extend out to the world every bit of pain you're feeling and put it in me and feel it and take it on myself. I would. I will not run from that. I would be like, oh, you can transfer that horrible disease you have into me. Let's do it. Fuck it. I'll take it. Right? I'll do that.
Right.
But I can't. Right? And my brain, when I'm dealing with someone who's in pain or has a problem, I don't have it. I don't get broken down because they're suffering. It breaks my heart. It's like, oh, what can I do not to fix it? Because I don't have a fix-it personality. I think that's the caregiver person, right? I like to take care. Like, this is the reality. This is the problem. I cannot solve it. However, there is an orbit around this problem where I can be of some help. And I will do everything. I mean, I will give everything for that to be a help. So I think that I accept that I'm not a caregiver, like
right.
I don't sit here. Never in the time that I've had people I love who are suffering to just let it torment me, because it doesn't. And I don't know if that sounds cold-hearted. What I do is I analyze it and go, what can I do to make it better? Because I can never fix it. I'm not a fixer, but I can be a part of maybe like lifting something. And so I feel like that is the difference, and that is more who I am. Like, take care of a thing than to give care. So that's it.
All right. Thank you, Sid Tuck. Well said.
Anytime.
All right. You can catch us on social media, X, Instagram, Blue Sky, Threads, TikTok. Catch this podcast on ascully.com, Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, YouTube. Email feedback to me, ascully@ascully.com. Don't email Sid Tuck. Why the hell would she want your email? And stay classy. The Evil Dead. We'll see them again in about a year.
And I'm going to say, think for yourselves, because if you don't do it, someone's doing it for you.